tell someone, or we had the crank telephone, and we could do it that way too, but it wasn't quite as easy. And back in Jesus' time, there was even less choices on how to announce something. And now sometimes things are put in the newspaper, but it's kind of getting to where that's not very popular either anymore. And so there's all kinds of different ways, and I have something to show you here. I brought it back up just in case. When Jesus was born, he had a lot better ways to do things. And of course, the story. How were the shepherds told about Jesus? You remember? The angel. Yeah. An angel appeared to them. And they were out in the field, and they weren't, according to what I read and kind of looked up, they weren't too far off from Bethlehem. And so they were out there in the fields, and this angel appeared to them. And of course, it was a bright light also with the angel. It was, all around it. And when it appeared to them, it kind of scared them, and they didn't know for sure what was going to happen. And then after this one angel appeared, a whole host of angels appeared, and they announced to Jesus about Jesus. And they told, there's some of them there too. But anyway, they appeared in the sky, and the angel announced to the shepherds that Jesus had been born, and they told him that if they would go into the town of Bethlehem, that they would find that baby wrapped in swaddling clothes in a manger. And they left their sheep and immediately went to Bethlehem. They didn't have too far to go, and they looked, and sure enough, they found baby Jesus. And they went, after they worshiped him, they went and told everyone that they could see and that they could talk to, and told them all about baby Jesus. And that's what we're supposed to do also. And about this same time, but a long way off, there were magi, or the wise men, as we call them, and we don't know how many. We have no idea. We always, on our manger scenes, we always show 3 because there were 3 gifts. But the research that I did on it said there could have been 12, like one for each of the 12 tribes, or, who knows how much. But they studied the stars. And when Jesus was born, this bright star appeared up in the sky that had never been there before. And of course, they were astrologers, and so they knew all this. And so we have a star that came out too. And they followed this star. Now, there was a lot of discrepancies on how far away they were, but they came from the east, and the least amount that somebody thought would be 500 miles, and others thought it was more than that. But they traveled, they had to walk or ride a camel, and so that's why when they finally got to see Jesus, he was no longer in the manger. He was older, they think around 2 or so. And so anyway, that's how God used the way things to tell people and announce announcements. And they found baby Jesus at his home, and they worshiped him and brought them the gifts that we celebrate at Christmas. Okay, are you ready for Christmas? They are. The thumbs up. So okay, I want to tell you this. I found this how to cut this out a long time ago, and I didn't print off the instructions for the angel and stuff, and I went back to do it, and it was not on there anymore. They had taken it off. It took me all week off and on to try and figure this out, so so we're good. Glad it worked. So
thank you, Vicki. That story never never gets old, does it? It's always enjoying. We'll have the lighting of the Advent candle now.
The fourth Sunday in Advent. The first 3 candles we lit were for hope, peace, and joy. Today we light the 4th candle, the candle of love. With this flame, we signify the love of God that surrounds and fills us all the time, but that we recognize in a special way in the Christmas story. There is no greater power than love. It is stronger than the rulers, emperors, stronger than grief or despair, stronger than even death. We love because God loves us. Loving God, we open ourselves to you this Christmas season. Light our lives with your imagination. Show us the creative power of hope, just the peace that comes from justice. Fill us with the kind of joy that cannot be contained, that must be shared. Magnify your love within us. Prepare our hearts to be transformed by you, that we may walk in the light of Christ. Depart in peace and take with you the certain knowledge that God is always coming into the world. Seek good, not in a long way, stable or ancient manger, but in the people we meet and the depth of our own hearts. May the blessing of Christmas make you a blessing to others. Go forth in hope, peace, joy, and love.
While we're watching, if you'll turn to page 349 in the Methodist hymnal or watch the screen, we're going to sing Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus and sing it two times.
Wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of His glory and grace. Turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in His wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of His glory and grace.
Now I'll turn it over to Pastor Lana.